Hi everyone, we're here at Detour Ahead 2025, which is our University of East London Visual Arts Symposium. And I'm very, very lucky to be joined here by Gina Buenfeld Murley, who is head curator at Camden Arts Centre for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Wow, and Gina's just done a completely awe-inspiring talk about the Botanical Minds exhibition that you curated over a period of time over lockdown. And what's really clear is your sort of breadth and your depth of your research and how that informs your experience as a curator. So my question to you would be, what does the role of a curator mean to you personally?
I think, as I said in the talk, the role of a curator is very much about hosting. I think of the institution a bit like a house where different people come through at different times and we make space for them and provide a platform for new ideas, for their practices, and for the culture that they bring with them.
Yeah.
Because people are coming from all around the world and exhibiting at Camden Arts Centre. What it means for me personally is a way that my own creativity, I think, comes through in that work, in that practice, whilst also combining it with a sort of pragmatism, which makes the whole thing happen. But yeah, it's a job that I love, and it's a beautiful thing to make exhibitions. I feel very lucky to do that.
Yeah, well, thank you. And obviously, we've had a packed out room today full of students on one side who are artists themselves, emerging artists, and also those that probably will go on to kind of do research degrees in art history, fine art, who may actually themselves have an interest in becoming a curator. So how do you take an interest and turn it into a career, essentially, as a curator? Does it work that way, or do you sort of, I suppose what I'm asking is what comes first, the idea for the exhibition or the whatever it is that you're curating, or does the interest come first and then the exhibition is born from that, in your experience?
Well, there's different ways of answering that.
That's okay.
So, I mean, for me, my journey to becoming a curator was motivated by a sense of wonderment with the world, and art for me has the potential and the capacity to convey and make us feel things that reveal truth, that, you know, can be done in other fields, but in a different way. So, you know, science does that, philosophy does that, and art can do it in a very unique way. So that was very much what motivated me. In terms of the idea informing an exhibition, I mean, most of the time I'm curating solo shows with artists. So the idea is to give that artist the opportunity to explore their work in a particular way, commission new work, and platform it, and then take that to different publics. But the Botanical Mind was a thematic group exhibition, so that was an opportunity for me to put my own very personal, very subjective, lived experience forward in the format of an exhibition. And I would say the idea very much came first. The artwork usually comes first because it's art that inspires me. So it may be a painting or a manuscript or something that I've seen that made me think differently about the world. And then, that went out into other forms, into a book or an essay or the exhibition, The Botanical Mind.
Something I think you said that was really relevant to the students that we have here at UEL was the platform that Camden Arts Centre gives to emerging artists, and also the Emerging Artists Prize, is it, that you work on? Amazing. What kind of things are you looking for within emerging artists that are maybe trying to get their work into exhibitions but struggling or haven't had that first initial point of success yet?
So the Emerging Artists Prize at Frieze is a way that Camden can continue the work that we've been doing historically, which is really vital to the overall programme, which is, as you say, to give a platform to an artist who may not have had a solo institutional show at all at that point. And I suppose what we would look for the most is signs of a really exciting practice that may not be that developed at that point, that could be transformed through the platform and the opportunity and the support of a major new commission to just push their ambition and their dream to become something physical in the gallery. So yeah, it's just, I guess it's looking for that potential.
I'm going to ask you one last question, and that will be, if you had one piece of advice to give to emerging artists, what would it be? And also, if you had one piece of advice to give to somebody who's maybe interested in becoming a curator one day, what would that be?
My advice to artists would be to just keep going. It's really tough out there. It's, you know, the cost of living situation and restrictions on studio spaces, just the lack of them, really, and how expensive they are. It's really tough, but just continue to find ways of expressing your ideas, and don't give up. And to curators, I mean, very, very similar, like just follow your passion, I think. If you've got something that motivates you and that you feel you can contribute, then yeah, make it happen. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm genuinely completely inspired, and I know that so many people in this room were, so thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.